Hey, Javion. Obviously a tough week for you guys this past week, and I know you're looking forward to getting back on winning track. But can you talk a little bit just about the mentality of the team, the attitude of the team? Obviously you guys have to be a little bit resilient right now.
Yeah, I mean, man, you get 24 hours to think about that game and then got to move on to the next week. All credit to Georgia Tech, and they went out there and finished the game how they were supposed to. We feel like we left a lot out there, but I mean, it's the next week, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's still focused on that. We're playing University of North Carolina this week, and that's what we're focused on, and that's what we're game planning for and preparing for each and every day.
Next, we'll go to Adam Lichtenstein. Adam, go ahead.
Hey, Javion, just like you said, you guys are preparing for North Carolina. What are some of the things that you've seen on film and what they like to do on the defensive front?
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that that's the strength of their team. Strength of their defense is the defensive front. Miles Murphy, Rucker, those are two great guys who excel very well. And those are somebody we have to pay a lot of attention to. Just, seeing everything that they're doing and trying to figure out a way to, execute our own play calls against that. And that's really what we've been focusing on. We already know they have a pretty good defense. And Coach Chiswick is somebody who's well, known in this sport and very respected. So we just have to go in there and give it our all.
Next, we'll go to Susan Miller-Degnan. Susan, go ahead.
Hey, Javion.
Hey.
I know, the first game you went, to Philly, there weren't a lot of fans there. This game, I've been there several times, that stadium, and those guys love to come to the games, especially the games. And it does affect the offense a little bit. How do you guys prepare? How do you feel like you'll do in that situation? This is the first time you're all going to be challenged with that kind of situation.
Oh, yeah. I mean, our coaches do a great job putting us in that type of environment, all week and allowing us to be able to, get cohesiveness through that kind of weather. We've been playing the speakers very loud and I mean, it's working in harmony. Everybody has to be focused and on the same, wavelength. And we've been working on that this week, and we're going to go in there with the same expectations of, putting our preparation on display.
And how's Tyler doing? He had a rough game. We did talk to him yesterday, but how does he seem to be bouncing back this week?
He's wonderful. We're all focused on playing North Carolina.
Thank you.
Let's go back to Adam. Adam, go ahead.
Hey again. So Matt McCoy's had a chance to get in a few times this year. If I remember right, you guys kind of swapped out. I think it was week 2 or 3. I don't remember exactly, but one game you guys were kind of like switching in and out. Last week he came in when Francis Mawinoa got hurt for a little bit. So how have you seen him kind of develop over the last few months and then during the season?
Yeah, man, I've seen Matt McCoy blossom, since I got here in January, and we were all working out doing the 4-quarter program, and I've seen him really push himself and really, take on the coaching that's given here. And that's something that's, it has to be welcomed if you want to excel. But I've seen him just, take big strides and realizing that he's one of the few that is actually, amongst us, older, So just seeing him take them steps forward and being able to take the coaching and really push himself into a position and prepare himself like a starter is something that we've been, expected of him. And we've seen it come to fruition in the past couple of weeks.
Hi, Jalen. You've played at North Carolina before. Yeah, no? Oh, you haven't. Okay. Well, what then are you expecting? And also I just asked Javion about, like at Philly, at Temple, there wasn't a big crowd. But this will be a packed house, definitely, and they'll be really rowdy. How are you guys doing together? Because, with the silent counts, and what do you do to prepare for that? And what's your headspace like on that?
Yeah, I mean, we treat it no different. Of course, it's going to be a big game, but, a lot of fans there, but we're not focused on the fans. We're just focused on one thing, just getting the win. But, to work on it having a loud crowd, just like we did last year with Texas A&M when we went to Texas A&M, practice silence cadence with, loud noises so we can get used to that loud noise and get silent cadence together.
How much do you think that helped you? I mean, not everybody was there for those games, but some of the other guys have played in really big games. How much does that help having, been through it before?
Yeah, like you said, they've been through it before. They had the experience with it, so it's not new to them. So it's great.
Okay, and then the other thing was just Tyler. I was asking him. We talked to Tyler yesterday. How is he doing? It was a not a characteristic game for him last game. How's he doing?
I mean, he's fine. Just like we came in Sunday, we worried about the loss that night when we lost, and we just focused on North Carolina this whole week. So we're not really focused on what happened. We're just moving forward and focus on the next thing, which is North Carolina.
Okay, thank you.
Next, we'll go to Matt Shodell. Matt, go ahead.
Hey there, Jalen. So I wanted to ask you if you can sort of comment. I mean, you know, for what it's worth, you're grading out really well with Pro Football Focus, and most of the line is as well. So can you talk about sort of how you feel you've performed almost at the halfway point of the season personally, and then also the whole offensive line? Seems like it's a really, really big jump up in the overall line's play since last year. If you could just talk about how the line's coming together and doing well this year.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I've just been focused on my game. Of course, you should be never satisfied with the game, so I'm always focused on what I need to get better at, whereas running the run game, the pass game, or whatever. So I've been grading out well, yes, and so has everybody else in the O-line, but we just not really focused on that, but we've been focused on getting better so we can win games and be successful like we've been having this success. And as far as the line that we have now compared to last year, I mean, of course, it's different guys. You know, I mean, it's great. I mean, the people that we had before, you know, are great, but, you know, things change and we brought in new people and we gelled together and just had to have this camaraderie that we have is great.
Next, we'll go to Adam Lichtenstein. Adam, go ahead.
Hey, Jalen, how's it going?
Did I read?
Good. So speaking of guys that have graded out well this year, Ruben Bain, I think, is like the top-rated player on defense according to PFF for you guys, and he's having a great year so far. You guys go against him in practice. What is he like in practice? What is he? How is he? Has he changed at all? Basically, maybe since like the season started in the last few weeks. Like he's playing very well since he's had an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, since he's getting game experience now, he's just getting different looks. He's just getting better each week. So, and he's going up against us, and he's getting us better. We're getting him better. It's just our mentality. So, he's a great addition to our defense, and I'm glad to go against him every day. And he's just a freshman, so it's good to see how he's doing right now and what he can be in the next couple of years.
Have you or anyone else on the O line or anything had a moment where it's like, oh wow, this guy's just a freshman?
Yeah, I mean, you never underestimate your competition during, like, of course, you know, the hype of everybody coming in, you know, he's a freshman, you know, you don't treat them lightly. So, and then, I mean, it surprised us how good he was and actually how talented he is. And he's getting better each week, like I said. So, I mean, it crosses my mind a couple times, but I mean, he doesn't play like a freshman. So I never treat him or look at him as a freshman.
Let's go back to Matt Shodell. Matt.
Yeah, hey Jalen. If you could talk a little bit about North Carolina's defense. Also, you know, I know last year obviously they were one of the worst in the country. This year they're pretty darn good. So, what kind of challenge are they going to give to you guys on your side of the ball?
Yeah, they bring different looks on defense, and of course, they're big bodies. They're one of the teams we faced so far that, you know, they're big and, you know, they're very talented as well. So. Yes, they're a very talented team as a whole, but their defense, you know, if we don't do the right things, they may give a show. But I think we've been working against different looks all week, and we're prepared.
Drake May, you played against him. You know, how do you think he's evolved? I mean, he had a great season last year. He's having a great season this year. And what do you have to be careful in particular about him? Why is he dangerous?
He's dangerous all around. You know, he's a great quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now. So he's just good in the pocket, outside the pocket, you know, making plays just happen, you know, all around the game. So he's just a very good player.
And also, you have played, right, at UNC?
Yeah, I did my freshman year.
Okay. Just the atmosphere there, it's a different kind of, you know, a lot of people show up for the game.
Yeah, it's a different type of atmosphere, man. So just getting us ready for the noise and the craziness is gonna be it's a fun process that we're going through this week, but we're just getting ready for the opportunity to go up there and get a win.
What's the process like to go against that? You know, what can you? I mean, you're not the offense, so you don't have to worry about that. But what?
Yeah, not so much on defense, but offense, just, you know, the coaches having a crowd music playing during practice and stuff like that.
Gotcha. And then last thing is the last game, how that was such a tough sudden change for the defense. How have you got? I know you're moving forward, but what maybe did you learn from that the ending kind of the defense?
We just got to execute at all times, no matter if it's the end of the game, before beginning of the game. We just got to execute at all times. That's the most important lesson that we learned, and we're just moving forward. You know, have a positive energy. You know, learning from what happened last week and just moving forward.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Adam from the Sun Sentinel. Adam, go ahead.
Hey, Corey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Good. So last drive notwithstanding last Saturday, the pass defense played very well on Saturday and has played very well all season. What do you think you guys have developed, during the course of the season? How do you guys think you're getting better in that regard?
I just feel like it's the defense in the whole was leading to, the pass defense been good. The front seven getting there, linebackers, DBs communicating on the back end. So it's just the whole defense as a whole. But I feel like on the back end, we have a ton of chemistry playing together. We just believe in one another and trust each other to do their job.
And then I know you just talked about Drake May. UNC has a bunch of talented receivers. Just what have you seen from them when watching on film?
Speed, explosiveness, they're good in space, deep threats. They got all around guys that could do everything. They could block, whatever you need them to do, they could get it done. So it's gonna be a tough challenge, and we're excited for the opportunity.
We'll go back to Susan. Susan, go ahead.
So Corey, what was it like having Cam Kinchins back last week?
It was fun. Jair stepped in and did an amazing job, filling in that space. But Cam came back and there was no change or drop off. Cam's a starter. He's a leader for us, and we needed him out there.
Was he like extra excited?
Yeah, he was excited, but not too high, not too low. That good neutral. He was good neutral, so he was good to go.
Okay.